And in November of last year, Dale Warner was charged with murder and tampering with evidence. A judge ruled in June that Dale would be facing a jury, and this weekend, human remains were found on Dale's property.
But I'm getting too nice with this. Ain't no way that I'm going outside. My pockets been heavy as shit.
What's poppin', M2T? It's your boy Ron on the channel to be. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button whenever you pull up to the channel. And while you at it, hit that post notification button for your boy, so whenever I drop, you can hop up in the truck and roll with me. See what's poppin'. How's it going, fam? We done made it through the week. Thank God. It's time to relax. If you're on your 34, sit back and chill. If you're not, enjoy the time with the fam. All right, today we have a really good story for you guys today. And without any further ado, we go jump right on into it. April 24th or 25th of 2021, Tempton, Michigan, 52-year-old D. Warner, the owner of a small Michigan trucking company, went missing. Michigan police and FBI immediately started looking into her disappearance. Family always felt like something was not right and something was out of place because D, she wasn't the type of woman to disappear from her children, her family, and her loved ones. Suspicion was immediately raised, and they had a good idea who had something to do with her disappearance. August 18, 2024, Michigan police announced during an execution of a search warrant in Lenawee County, Michigan, on the property of Dale Warner, which is the husband of D. Warner, that they found remains. Check this out.
Tonight off with breaking news. Remains believed to be D. Warner's have been found in Lenawee County, Michigan. These were found after a search was done on a family property on Friday. Megan Hartnett joins us live out in the field. Megan, this comes after 3.5 years of searches.
Michael, there have been dozens of searches throughout the area over the past 3.5 years. Foot searches, ground penetrating radar being used, and cadaver dogs, even a search in the property right across the road. But it was all leading to Friday's search, where in the barn behind me, police removed a tank that contained human remains that they believed to be D's. Greg Hardy, D's brother, says it was not a tip that was called in or a plea deal that led to this discovery. Rather, a collaborative effort between the family and their knowledge with the work of the Michigan State Police. During the search at this property on Paragon Road, police removed an anhydrous ammonia tank. These tanks are used to hold chemicals that are used as fertilizer for farms. I was told by family that this specific tank was noted as being different, due to being recently painted and appearing to be re-welded. A family spokesperson tells me the tank was removed, that the tank that was removed was x-rayed and showed that there was what appeared to be a human body inside, and a camera was put through one of the valves to confirm this. The family spokesperson says the tank appeared to be empty of any chemicals. It is believed that the body should be well preserved due to the lack of oxygen or elements. Family and friends tell me that it's been a fight to get to this point, and the community effort has helped a lot, but they say there are a lot of emotions to figure out.
Well, it's been a huge roller coaster. A lot of emotion, all different kinds of ways. You know, the feeling of relief and a bit of feeling of anger.
I drove by that place probably at least hundreds of times, you know, and to know that we were just across the road with all those police, all of the, you know, they had all of the equipment, we had everything, and she was just across the road, you know, it's.
Now that they found remains on D and Dale property, they have to identify to make sure if the remains that they found is D. And just yesterday, it was confirmed, M2T, that the remains were the remains of D. Warner, and her family spoke out. Check this out.
Our top story tonight, the family of Dee Warner speaking out after remains were positively identified. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 5. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Simon Shaquette. Southeast Michigan has been captivated by this case for years. Dee Warner was last seen near her Lenawee County home in April of 2021. For years, no one knew what happened to her. That is until this weekend when her remains were found on her husband Dale's property.
Dale has been locked up since November, accused of his wife's murder. Today's 7 News Detroit reporter Sarah Michaels spoke with Dee's family about this long-awaited break in the case.
It was right here on Dale and Dee Warner's property in a tank just like this on Sunday that Dee Warner's remains were found. This is a massive break in this case that this family has waited 3.5 years for.
We're at the final resting place where we found Dee's body entombed in one of these anhydrous tanks.
It's Dee Warner's sister-in-law, Shelly Hardy, who took us to this barn, what was planned to be Dee Warner's final resting place by someone. Family believes that 3.5 years ago, when Dee disappeared, her husband Dale Warner brought a smaller tank, just like one of these, inside of this barn. They believe that he took off the front part, put Dee's remains inside, and then welded it shut. It was Shelly's husband, Dee's brother Greg, who tipped police off recently that they should look inside.
It was certainly tough for the family to face my sister's remains in a man-made tomb done by Dale Warner, who was a very evil piece of human debris.
Greg Hardy and one of Dee's daughters, Raquel Bach, addressed the media regarding the findings on Thursday, one day after the medical examiner identified them as Dee. In the years since Dee went missing, thousands have continued to look for clues, including the group Justice for Dee, which the family partially attributed this recent break in the case to.
We cannot begin to thank you guys enough for sticking by our side and believing in us when we didn't want to believe in ourselves anymore.
The family is very open about their belief that Dee's husband, he's due back in court to face or death in the coming weeks. Any true closure for this family will be a long time coming. But at least now, Dee's body and any rumor that she ran away can finally be laid to rest.
Her spirit's gone a long ways.
I think we knew that spirit and we weren't going to give up on her. We were going to fight till the end, and we're still going to fight to the end to see that she gets her justice due.
And now that Dee's family finally has her remains, they say that they'll finally be able to have a family burial service for her at her gravesite.
First and foremost, we want to send our prayers and our condolences to the Warren family, to Dee's children and her loved ones, to let them know that we are praying for you guys and our condolences are with you guys. Now, everything I say after this M2T is allegedly. Dale was arrested in November of 2023, right? They picked him up. They already had a suspension, but they just couldn't prove it. Now, the tank that Dee was found in, this tank stood out to investigators. It was a freshly painted tank. This was a tank for agriculture stuff, agriculture feed, agriculture insecticide. It was freshly painted. The bolts, they wasn't screwed, they was welded on. This particular tank stood out to them. And when they went back for that search warrant, they zoomed in on that tank. They put an X-ray over that tank. And that X-ray showed them as it went through it. It was somebody in there. From 2021 all the way to 2024, Dee has been off in that tank. And they said that she was well preserved because it was sealed. It wasn't nothing in it. You know, it wasn't, room for any, bugs or anything to contaminate it as far as anything. They asked him in 21, in 23 when they arrested him and was interrogating him, asked him, well, is it like her to leave? Yeah, well, she always leave. You know, she get mad and she always leave. But her family said D do not be going nowhere. That is not her character. She's not going nowhere. So he lying off the muscle, which is a typical response to a husband that then probably 9 times out of 10 that they did something to their girlfriend or their spouse. You know, and women have done the same thing too. That go-to line, oh, well, he always leave, oh, she always leave, when that's a go-to. If I was investigator, that off the muscle be a red flag, especially if the family saying this is not a person, this is not a type of person that they would leave her people without her people or his people knowing where they at. So them people knew that Dale had something to do with it. They just couldn't, they had to do a little bit more digging. Now, my question is, why, if it was an issue in the marriage, why didn't Dale just leave it? It's 350 million people in the United States. It's 10 to 20 women to one man. All these fish out here, bro. You can't just leave it alone. You just can't go and tear your ass and find something else, man. Like you had to do this, sister, like that. Brothers, if it get to a point where you just feel like you can't control yourself, man, leave. Leave. The same thing to women. If y'all feel like you're in an abusive relationship, if you feel like that things is getting to be too much, leave. Because it's only 1 or 2 things that can come out of sticking around in that. And that's jail or the grave. And from what the family, one of the family spokesperson, the woman that spoke on behalf of the family, she said that D told her that things was bad and it was time that she started looking off into an attorney. So that tells me that she was finna go. And evidently, allegedly, he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. Weak man. Now, these kids, their kids got to go through trials. They got to go through the seeing of video and autopsies and the way that he did their mom. You know, this is their dad. You know, so technically, you know, in their minds, in my mind, I done lost my mom and my dad because I ain't got nothing to do with this idiot. They done took my mom away from me like that. I ain't got nothing to do with him. So they finna have to relive this stuff. And he done sit in their faces all this whole time. So, I want you guys to get into the comments and let me know what you guys think about this story. Again, our prayers and our condolences goes out to the Warner family. I mean, ladies, you know, choose life. Fellas, choose life. You know, life is beautiful. It's good. You know, it's always somebody for everybody. And sometimes it don't always work, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. You know, move on, start over, start your healing process, and then everything will be good. You know, we had a good run. But this, what he did today, that ain't worth it, man. Alright? Alright, M2T. Big shout out to all my A1 Day Ones. Big shout out to the ones that just come in and glance to see what's popping. Big shout out especially to my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all, fam. Thank y'all. Appreciate the love, man. Y'all sit back and relax, man. Grab you some popcorn, Netflix, and chill with the wife, with your spouse, man. Or kick your feet up, man, and watch you some Married the Trucking. You hear me? I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to share this video. Share this video. People need to hear this story. Share this video, all right? All right, y'all already know. Until next time, it's your boy.
I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm running around.